Hey, welcome. It is Wednesday afternoon, 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern. Andy Neary here with Complete Game Consulting. I'm excited. I am going to be going for about a half hour today. I'm going to teach you something that we use here at Complete Game Consulting that has had a massive impact to our business. And what I'm talking about today is content. And let me level set. Today is July 26th. If you're tuning in, you're one of my insurance professionals. You're probably coming off, you got the 4th of July holiday. My guess is you took a vacation or two with the family in July. And now you're coming back, shaking off the vacation a little bit. And you might be looking up at the calendar saying, I got 5 months to go. I got some work to do. And you and I both know your busiest time of the year is coming up. And what you need to do is execute or come up with a solid game plan that is going to help you book better appointments with better prospects so you can sell more business, right? If you try to go at this game between here and the end of the year on pure volume, it's going to be tough to win. You may have a lot in your pipeline, but the reality is most of them are unqualified. And what I want to help you do today in the next 29 minutes is just share something we do here that has had a profound impact on our business. And how I'm going to start today's conversation is with the word content. Content is the secret sauce to your business growth. Yet it's one of the most overlooked things the insurance industry uses when it comes to marketing. And what I'm here to tell you today is to win business today, you have to build better name recognition. No matter what market you're in, the market's too noisy. You have too many competitors. Your prospects are hearing from all of you, and you have to find a way to stand out. And I am going to be very honest with you. Just picking up the phone and dialing your prospects is not going to create name recognition. So what you have to figure out what to do, what you have to figure out is how you are going to create a content strategy to make sure you're not only staying in front of your prospects all the time, you are building name recognition, you're building likability, and you're building credibility even before you ever meet prospects. And today I'm going to teach you how to actually take one video and create an entire month of LinkedIn content out of that. I know it sounds crazy, but it's possible when you do it the right way. Because I also know something else. As you look up at the calendar and see 5 months to go and you start sweating a little bit, one of the most valuable resources you're going to lack come fourth quarter is time. And when you lack the time to prospect in the first place, it becomes very difficult to hit your sales goals. And on top of that, I'm telling you, you got to use content to create name recognition and awareness. Man, Andy, I don't have time to do all this. Perfect. Exactly. None of us do. So what I'm going to teach you is how to leverage time, but create a ton of content so you can stay in front of your prospects. And here's what I want you to think about. The beauty of content, and for the sake of this discussion, when I say content can be a video, content can be a webinar, content can be a podcast. Content comes in all different forms. But what creating content does for your business is it lets you get in front of your prospect without actually having to be in front of your prospect. Think about all the times you sit in front of a prospect and you are in your zone of genius, right? You've got a prospect sitting at the table with you. You're educating them about what they're struggling with today. You get to be the subject matter expert, right? You love doing that. If you didn't, you wouldn't be in this business. But the biggest challenge you have is you don't get to do that very often, right? You only get to do that when you have appointments scheduled with your prospects. Well, what if you could actually come up with a strategy that you get to be the subject matter every day and you're in front of your prospects every day? That's what content does. And again, that can be a video on LinkedIn, that could be a webinar, that could be a podcast. And I'm going to teach you today how you actually can use all of those to create a month of LinkedIn content. Because what you're going to lack the most come fourth quarter is time. And that's what I used to struggle with. I think a lot of people have this misconception that Andy, if I have to create content, it's going to become a part-time job. And I get it. I leaned in heavily into content back in 2017, 18, when I started studying people like Gary Vaynerchuk and others who were screaming that content is going to be the key to your business growth. And I can tell you firsthand, we've experienced it. And that's why I'm preaching it so hard. So where this all comes from is I was doing a workshop last Thursday for an industry partner, and they have a very unique product for a very niche market. And what I was teaching them was how content can become a part of their prospecting and marketing. And after going through our module, which I'm going to actually cover here in a few minutes, some of the module, some of the sales reps in the back of the room perked up and said, okay, we get it. We should be doing content, but Andy, we do not have time. I said, perfect. Let me walk you through an exercise we do, a strategy we use to make sure we can create a ton of content without creating a ton of time. And this strategy has changed the trajectory of Complete Game Consulting. It is the reason we get people telling us all the time, how do you create so much content? You're everywhere. And I laugh when I hear that, because it actually doesn't take as much time as you think, because we do it a specific way. And I'm going to teach that to you, because what you're missing out on is the power of repurposing and reusing what you're already creating. So what I want to talk about today is the ultimate goal is to teach you how to turn one video into a month of LinkedIn content, right? But what I don't want you to feel like is that you now have to come up with 30 different ideas. No, that's not the point. I'm actually going to teach you how you can talk on one topic and create a month of content out of it. It can be that simple. And so what I want you to think about when it comes to creating content is step one. This is a question I get a lot. In fact, I am going to share my screen here. A question I often get is, how do I create content and what I'm going to be talking about? In fact, this is where most people get stuck. When it comes time to creating content, people get stuck on, how do I create it? What do I say, and where should I post it? Now, for today's sake, we're going to really focus on what should I say, because I'm telling you, I'm going to teach you how to use this for LinkedIn. We're talking about video, so the how do I create video, but it's in the what you do with it, you'll find the secret to create a ton of content. Because what you want to create, this is the name of the prospecting game today. You want to create exponential awareness. Exponential awareness leads to exponential growth. What is exponential awareness? It's putting one message in front of a lot of people at one time. When I got in the industry 22 years ago, I was taught linear awareness. I was taught to pick up the phone and go pound the pavement. Well, though those are prospecting strategies, the challenge with those today is I can only call one prospect at a time, and I can only knock on one door at a time. That's linear. But man, what can I do if I can get one message in front of a lot of people at one time, right? Content can do that, and video content is a great way to do that. Why is video good? Because it is the best piece of content to let your prospects get to know you, learn from you, and like you. There's nothing else that really does it. And though video is scary for a lot of people, I'm going to encourage you to lean into that discomfort, because video can do wonders for your business. But again, where you're going to get stuck is, what should I say? How should I create it? So where this idea comes in on turning one video into a month of content started when we started teaching a concept we call compounding content. When I realized Complete Game Consulting was growing and I was starting to struggle for time, I had to come up with a better way to make sure our content was getting out there without me having to constantly sit down and come up with new ideas. And we hit a point where I started missing some weeks where I just couldn't get to content because we had coaching calls or I was traveling for a workshop or a speaking engagement. And I just couldn't get to the content I was supposed to get to. And we weren't putting it out there. We weren't creating the awareness. So we had to come up with a better system. And this is where we came upon compounding content. Now, compounding content can come about two ways. The first way is what I teach through the use of video. Now, this is not what I'm talking about today to create a month of content. But for those that want to know how to turn one piece of content into many pieces of content, what they call repurposing, this is a great, simple strategy. Sit down, record a 3 to 5 minute video, pick a topic. Remember, keep the topic simple. What do your prospects need to know? What do they need to learn? Record a 3 to 5 minute video, take that video, put it up on LinkedIn, take that video and put it into an email newsletter that goes out to prospects and clients. Take that video and upload it to your company's website, and then upload it to a YouTube channel. One video, 4 different places. Now, the one that you might be scratching your head is YouTube. Andy, why do I want to be on YouTube? That's where all the kids doing tricks and all these things are hanging out. Well, I get it, but it's also the second largest search engine in the world. Your prospects are going to YouTube to find things. You need to be there. But this is how you can create one video across 4 different channels. And all you had to do is one video. Now, for my writers out there, Andy, I hate video. I don't want to do video. Cool. Write an article. Take the article, post it up on LinkedIn as a LinkedIn article or newsletter, send it out as an email newsletter, and then upload it as a blog to your website. Again, one article, repurposed 3 different ways. This is how you start leveraging the value of time to create a lot of content, because all you had to do is create one piece of content. But this is not where I'm going today. Today, I'm going to unveil the strategy that unlocked everything for us. We've been doing this for a while, but man, our content took off when we leveraged the next strategy. We saw not only our following exponentially grow, we saw our number of strategy calls grow. We saw the number of our inbound leads exponentially grow because we were creating so much awareness that we became the inherent go-to expert for many people. I want you to hear that. We were creating so much awareness that we were becoming the go-to expert for many people. Why is that important? Because you're in the insurance industry. I'm here to tell you knowledge is important, but I'm going to tell you even more important today is the person I see the most and I learn from the most is the one who's going to become my go-to expert. We have clients winning new business off of platforms like LinkedIn, not because their content is something no one's ever created or because it went viral. No, it's because they're creating so much consistent awareness through their content that they become the go-to expert. They build all the credibility they ever need because they're out there all the time. It's that simple today. It's why content's the secret sauce. We have a client who just won a massive RFP, beat 7 other brokers who all worked for consulting firms larger than him. But he won. Why? He had the most credibility because he had created the most awareness. That simple. So I hope I've convinced you got to start creating content. Now, let's get back to that time thing. Andy, cool. I don't have time. All right. Well, here's what I want you to start thinking about. First and foremost, if you lack the time, I want you to find one spot on your calendar throughout the month where you can sit down and create content. Create video, 1, 2 videos. Okay. Now, for me, the most ideal time is on a Monday because Mondays are my content creating days. It's the day that where most of our clients are in their own meetings, doing their own planning. So we're not having coaching calls. Our prospects are in their own meetings and doing their own planning. So we don't do a lot of strategy calls. So I can focus on working on the business and working on content. So Monday is probably an ideal day for you. Maybe it's Friday afternoon. But find that one spot in the month where you can sit down and create content. Now, I just showed you a strategy where you can sit down and record a 3 to 5 minute video and put it on 4 different channels, right? What I'm going to show you now is how you take one video and turn it into a month of video content. So here is the strategy that changed everything for us. It is the 201 of compounding content. What I do every month is I sit down once a month and I record the month's 2 solo podcast episodes that I do every month. So if you're familiar with the Bullpen Sessions podcast, if you're not, go subscribe. It is for insurance professionals. It's a great podcast. Every month I do 2 interviews with guests and I do 2 solo episodes. So once a month, I go in my studio here and I record my 2 solo episodes for the month. Now, those solo episodes typically are 15 to 20 minutes long. And what I do, if you look at this slide that I have pulled up on the screen, is the video at the top. That's my full podcast. Now, in the example you see in the slides, it says 43 minutes. That happened to be a unique circumstance where that solo episode was a lot longer than normal, but it typically is 15 to 20 minutes. So I record the full 15, 20-minute episode, audio and video. And then I give it to our editor. Now, this is the step that I don't want to skip over. Yeah, we have an editor. We have somebody who works on our podcast editing, which helps, right? Helps cut it up. So hopefully maybe you have somebody on your marketing team, something you can definitely outsource. Doesn't cost all that much money these days. And I hope I'm convincing you investing money in marketing content today is important. And our editor takes that full episode. And here's what he does. Out of that full episode, he creates 3 clips. Those are the videos you see in the middle there. Those clips, if I record a 15 to 20 minute solo episode, he will cut that up into 3, 4 to 5 minute mid-length clips. And then he'll take each of those mid-length clips and create 3 shorts. Shorts are videos less than 1 minute in length. Those are the videos at the bottom you see as vertical. So now all I had to do was sit down once a month and record 2 of my episodes, which, by the way, takes 1 hour total. He will take those videos and with each episode turn them into, 13 total videos. Now multiply that by 2 episodes. That is 26 different videos. And what I had to do was dedicate 1 hour to create 2 episodes. That's it. Now, why do I think this strategy is effective? Well, number one, obvious reason. You get a ton of videos out of it. But 2, all I had to do is sit down and record 2 episodes. So my time is used wisely. But number 3, I will tell you this for my people who struggle with video. Recording a 15 to 20 minute video is a lot easier than a 3 to 5 minute video. When you have less time, you get nervous because you feel like every word that comes out of your mouth needs to be perfect. If you got 15, 20 minutes, you can relax, you can tell stories, you got more time. It's easier. So now when I record 2 podcast episodes, I have 26 different videos to put out on LinkedIn. Now, the only videos in this pyramid here that do not go up on LinkedIn is the one at the top, the full episode. And that's just because LinkedIn doesn't let you put a video on the platform that's longer than 10 minutes. But everything else, those 3 clips, all those shorts can go out on LinkedIn. And all I had to do is record 2 of them, take out the 2 full length. I've got 24 different videos to use for the entire month. Now, take it one step back. Even if you record 1 and get 12 different videos to use, if you're not posting every day, you have got a whole month of content to share through the most effective channel to do it, video. And all you had to do is sit down for 15, 20 minutes and record 1 topic. Now, this is where I get a little hesitation, but Andy, I'm going to be talking about the same thing in all of those clips and shorts. Exactly. You want to become known for one thing. You don't want to be somebody who talks about everything. The most effective way to be effective with content is to become known for very few things. Become known for one thing. And so this is my advice for you for if you're out there, you're an advisor who has bought into the marketing game, you've bought into the content game, and you are struggling because you lack the time. This is how you do it. Now, if you want to take the extra time to edit your own videos and follow this playbook, go ahead. But a wiser use of your time is to spend a little money and hire somebody who can edit that for you and give you the same result. So now think about this. Month after month, your job is to sit down and record one 15, 20, 25-minute video. Let the editor do his or her job. Out of it, you've got a full month of video content. You do that every month, you are going to create so much name recognition and credibility with your prospects. Winning business is going to become a heck of a lot easier. And most important, prospects sure as heck aren't going to forget who you are. Now, think about this. You want to double your exponential awareness. Sit down twice a month and do the same thing. Now you got 24 videos, not 12. Imagine what this does for your awareness. You are casting such a wide net across the LinkedIn ecosystem. Your prospects are seeing you everywhere. Imagine you're actually taking the video now and putting it in your emails, putting it up on your website, your YouTube channel, just like I shared with you. You have cast such a wide net that when people not only see you everywhere, they go Google you and they're seeing all this content, you will have more credibility than you know what to do with. That is the name of the game today. That is the secret sauce of growing your book of business. It is not the way we did it in the past. I get it, but nothing is like the way we did it in the past. Content is king. And I'm going to say something a peer of mine said on a webinar I held recently with him, Jake Rushton. Jake said, listen, you don't need to buy into the content strategy. You don't need to buy into the importance of video. But if you don't, here's what's going to happen. In the next 10 years, a bunch of 20-somethings are going to get into the insurance industry because they're going to see the recurring revenue opportunity, but they're going to leverage content the right way. And you think you're going to have an advantage over them because of knowledge and experience. But what you're going to quickly realize is it doesn't matter. When these 20-somethings create so much awareness that they become the perceived experts, they're going to start taking your business. And that is the truth. So if you're out there, been in the industry for a while, and you think you're protected, you think you're safe, you're not. Things have changed. And you need to stay top of mind all the time with your prospects, not just when you're in front of them. So I hope this helped. Please take my advice. Now, I do want to share one big thing with you here. It is the end of July. And again, you've come back from 4th of July break, maybe a vacation or two with the family up at the lake. And you're now staring at the rest of the year. And it's go time. And you're sweating a little bit. What you need more than anything is not a Hail Mary, not a silver bullet. You need a process. You need a plan. And content is part of that process. But what I want you to sit down and do in the next week is I want you to answer these 3 questions clearly. For the next 5 months, for me to hit my goals, I need to know who I'm talking to, what am I saying to them, and where am I saying it? And the where am I saying it has to be more than just the phone and email. Now, if you lack that plan, I want to encourage you to please go check out the Broker Branding Academy. Our next academy starts August 16th. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm putting up a banner here. Under here, you'll see it says Text Academy to 414-622-1462. That number, I actually have a text community that I send out coaching content to. But if you text that word Academy to that number, I'm going to send you a link to check out the Academy where you can book a call to learn more. But if you know you have some work to do between now and the end of the year and your plan isn't clear as to how you're going to get there, go check this out, because we invite any commercial advisor, benefit advisor, life DI advisor into this community who wants to build a repeatable plan to book more appointments with the right prospects, because that is the name of the game. Content is going to keep you top of mind all the time with your prospects, but what you're saying when you're creating that content is going to make sure you're talking to the right people. If you know you need help with that, we can help. So text that word to that number. Go check it out. I will send you a link to go learn more and get a call scheduled if you're interested. But promise me, make a plan. Don't just go into the last 5/12 of the year hoping momentum lands on your side. It's not how it works. Luck only comes to those with a plan. So check it out. But most importantly, I hope I have convinced you video content is still king. Video content is how your best prospects are going to resonate with you, come to know you, come to like you. And it is the resonation, the awareness you need to make sure that you establish the credibility to win more business. So please leverage this strategy we call compounding content. Take the time to create content, but I hope I've proven to you it doesn't take that much time. And if you know you need help with it, Text Academy, reach out to me. We're here to help. But most importantly, I want you looking back on December 31st and saying, you know what? No matter what happens, I left it all on the field. I did everything I could to sprint through the finish line, because you know you're damn good at what you do, and we want your sales results to reflect the same thing. Be well.